evening to your listeners. So I can't confirm that Paul has been released to the custody of his lawyers, and his lawyers is made up of a team. I'm just a member of that team, for your record.
Okay, thank you for that correction. And then again, let me ask you, tell us what went on when you guys reported at the office of the special prosecutor, the interrogation, the caution, and the detention and the likes.
So again, because the matter is under investigation, I'm unable to go into the specifics of the questioning and its line. But as you will recall, the special prosecutor had invited Mr. Adom-Otchere in connection with his role as board chairman of the Ghana Airport Company Limited and some transactions relating to Evertex. And so when we went yesterday, the questioning was done, necessary forms were taken, and then we engaged the OSP on bail because they had indicated that they were cautioning him since they were doing an investigation. And the bail conditions came. We felt the bail conditions were unreasonable. We prayed for a variation. The OSP did not yield, and so they detained Mr. Adom-Otchere, took him from the OSP's office, and we did not know his whereabouts until much later in the night. Today we went back to the OSP to engage him, and then thankfully the OSP has changed its position and yielded to our submission that the conditions as set yesterday were unreasonable. We've been able to meet the bail conditions set by the OSP today, and so Mr. Adom-Otchere has been released on bail.
Take us through the bail process, because earlier we were told that the OSP needed landed properties in the name of Paul Adom-Otchere. Later on, it was right. How come it was right? Did the OSP give any reason why this whole bail term was right?
So since the bail condition was made, we've always maintained that the linkage of the bail condition to personal property ownership by Mr. Adom-Otchere made the bail condition unreasonable and unfair. And that even though the OSP had the power to impose those bail conditions, they were also required by the Constitution to be candid and fair and not to be actuated by any personal dislike or resentment. And so today we went back to the OSP to engage him on the same position, that the conditions are unreasonable since Mr. Adom-Otchere had indicated he did not own landed property in the country. For the OSP to insist he must produce 2 landed properties in his name was concluding that at all costs they were going to detain him. And so the OSP yielded to the submissions that council made, and then in recognition of that, varied the bail conditions to now require that there should be one third-party surety who should provide any landed property without any specific value. And based on that, we again requested if that guarantee can be a corporate guarantee, which they yielded. And because Mr. Adom-Otchere works for Metro TV, the Joston group of companies came to stand in as the surety and provided the landed property. But this goes to affirm our position since yesterday that if the OSP could secure the attendance of Mr. Paul Adom-Otchere by a third-party surety today, why didn't he do this yesterday? And that is why we insist the conditions that were set yesterday were unreasonable and unfair in the circumstance.
Has Paul been officially charged by the OSP, or he's still under investigation? Your client, I mean.
As I speak to you, he has not been officially charged by the OSP. He has been cautioned and informed that the OSP is investigating suspected offences. So as we speak, Mr. Adom-Otchere has not been charged with any specific offence known to our criminal laws.
So if he's under investigation, it means he may go back to the OSP for further interrogation, right?
When the OSP needs him, he would appear to talk to them, as we've always maintained.
How is your client taking all this? Personally, professionally?
For those of you who know Mr. Adom-Otchere and in your line of business as journalists, you know these are occupational hazards sometimes. And so Mr. Adom-Otchere, as usual, is very full of life, still full of his conviction. And in the coming week, I'm sure you'll hear from him himself regarding these matters and the issues under scrutiny.
Before his appearance before the OSP, Paul himself had mentioned that this is a witch hunt. In your interrogation or interaction with the OSP and what he went through yesterday and today, you believe is the witch hunt, as he mentioned earlier, before his official appearance before the OSP?
I think it is public knowledge that Paul has been one of the fierce critics of the OSP. And that is why we found it problematic that, especially when it came to him, the OSP decided to impose conditions that did not meet the reasonability test in the circumstance. As to whether it is a witch hunt or not, we leave that for the public to judge. But as lawyers, we are convinced that the discretion that was exercised by the OSP was one that did not meet the constitutional test of reasonableness, given that Paul had indicated he did not own any landed properties.
Would it be right if anyone will say that, has your client been cleared for now? Will it be right?
I would say he's still under investigation. He's yet to be charged with any offense, and we look to the future to see what happens. But we are ready again for anything that may come.
Counsel, thank you very much for your time. Nicholas Adom-Otchere is one of the lawyers for Paul Adom-Otchere. He's the former board chair of the Ghana Airport Company Limited. The news is that